Okay, photo op's over. Okay.
Photo op's over.
Okay. Welcome to Henry's Cooking Show, where we will be learning how to fillet fish. I've never done this before in my life. We're going to learn how. Randy?
Okay. First cut you're going to make is under his fin, behind his gill. Yep. There's a bone. You want to cut up toward his head because there's meat up here and you don't want to lose it. There's not a lot of meat in his gut. This is his stomach. Okay? We're going to cut the meat off from here back to his tail. Okay? So you're going to start with your first cut right up here.
So, right here?
Yeah. Just push down. Now you're not going to cut all the way through him. Just cut down to the bone. That's good. Okay. Now turn him around. You're going to start on this spine. You're going to come back with the tip of the knife, and you're just going to cut right along here with the tip of the knife. No, not down. Hold your knife this way. Here, let me start this for you. You're going to take the knife and go right in here like this. Okay? You're just going to use the tip of your knife, and you're going to go right along the spine here. Just, short strokes. See how it's hitting the bones there?
Yeah.
Okay? That's what you want to do, right along there. Because you don't want to cut through the bone, you got to do the same thing on the other side. Once you get to this point right here, we're going to go and we're going to stab through. But now his spine is in here too. We don't want to go through his spine, we want to go above the spine, all the way through him. And when we come out on this side, we want to come out above his little dorsal fin here. Okay? Then, I don't know what they call the bottom fin. But, and then you're going to tilt your knife down, okay, and come back to the knife. You're not going to push down hard, okay? Just have the knife tilted down so it takes the meat off along the bone. So now, what you've got, you're on this side of the bone. This is all meat, okay? Now, his rib cage is right here, where it hooks to his back or his spine. Now we're going to cut where we just, here where we just cut through the skin. Now we're going to make our depth cut, and we're going to go right down along that. That spine sticks straight up, okay, down to his ribs, so that we just cut straight down into him. Now we'll pull this meat back, and we'll start cutting the meat around his rib cage here. We're going to cut it off. Just peel it back and cut it off without cutting through and stabbing my own fingers. Okay. Once you do that, then actually just go ahead and stab it through. Cut the fillet off the side of the fish. Okay, there's your fillet. See, all the bones are still in it.
Yep.
They're not in the fillet. Once you've done that, believe me, it's easier with a bigger fish. But once you do that, then you're going to grab the back of the fish here, and you're just going to pull your knife back and forth, flat with the board, and take the meat off the skin. Right like that. There's your meat. There's your skin. Okay. Now you're going to flip him over and do the same thing. Start with your cut here. Cut the back. When you get halfway through, go all the way through to the table.
Is he dead?
No.
Pretty much.
From me smashing my foot on the head.
Supposedly when you die, if you're going to go to a better place, a shorter life wouldn't really be a curse.
Don't go all the way through them. Just cut down to the bone. Okay. Now do the back.
So maybe is that part of it? Is that...
Start up here where he's already open. There you go.
Where's the
Keep your knife tip
Dutch
down
ovens?
right in there.
On the stove.
Tilt it down
On the
and
stove.
just go right down. There you go.
Where the hell's
Good
the
job.
stove?
Don't go through. Don't go
In
through.
the
You're
kitchen.
deep. You're deep. There you go. You got to kind of feel it. You get the feel of
They
it
never say that
over
short
time.
is really part of the
Okay? But you're not doing a depth cut right, up here. You're just piercing the skin. But once you get here, now here's where you go all the way through. But don't go at the angle you're at. You want to bring your knife down like this and go through, because you want it to come out above his fin over here. Okay. Now we're going to tilt the knife down and slowly bring it back to the tail. Okay, like that. So, okay.
He must be dead.
There's all his bones in there, and you've got the fillet. Okay. Now we're going to cut this all the way down to his stomach, and then cut the meat off the stomach, and then cut the fillet off the fish.
So, what's next?
So peel this up, hold this up like this, okay, and start using the tip of the knife, cutting the meat away from the ribs, without poking through the ribs. Don't do a stabbing motion. Do a swiping motion with your tip of your knife. Okay, there you go.
We're gonna die now, so we need them, so we won't die out. No one's gonna die. You don't need it.
Don't go through the ribs. Now you need to cut the meat back here where it's still attached to the head.
He must be dead.
Now pull that whole flap of meat back and then cut it off the fish.
Hey, Ika.
You can just cut it anywhere
As
along
long as
there
you're not
because
busy.
none of that's
I'm busy.
usable.
I'm looking for a Dutch oven.
Yeah. Okay. So we can throw
Talk to Mike.
that part out too. And now you want to flip this over. Small end toward you. Thin end toward you. There you go. And you're going to hold that down. And keep the knife as flat as you can and cut the meat off the skin. Bring your knife down flat. There you go. Now, back and forth motions. And push this way as you go.
I gotta fill
I
my
need
fish.
to get a Dutch oven, please.
Okay.
Hold on, Joshua.
Now, compare that to that. Yeah. So that's how much meat you left on him, but that's okay. Not bad for the first time.
Is he dead?
Any last
Yeah,
comments?
First time. Okay. Now rinse your fillets off. And plastic bag to put your fillet in. After you get all the scales and everything rinsed off.
Smells kind of fishy. That is my fish. Throw it in the cooler?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was gonna put my.
That was lovely.
Just find the
Yeah, I know.
fish juice.